Leave it there in Nairobi for now and get some analysis from Farhan Jimale from the BBC Somali service. Thank you very much for coming in. We talked a little bit earlier about who is al-Shabaab and you know how they started and their battle, but I just wonder what's really driving them.
Well, what's driving al-Shabaab is that they actually have these extreme ideologies of Islam, where they think that their country has been invaded by what they call crusaders, what they call foreigners. They mean the African Union forces, which is Kenyan forces are part of them. So that's what actually drives them. So they want Somalia, they want to actually make a Somali Islamic state. That's what actually drives them.
And yet they have been weakened in Somalia, and yet their attacks on Kenya and other countries in the region seem to grow.
Yeah, well, they have been weakened, that's true, but still, if you look at most of the places they have been losing, even they lost their leader, but that doesn't mean that al-Shabaab is still not strong. They can carry out attacks anywhere, any places. Even you can see they can carry out attacks outside the borders of Somalia. So the thing is that whenever they are attacked in their positions or the towns they control, they abandon, and their weapons and fighters are still intact.
Farhan, just looking at this statement there, it says, it's pretty chilling, frankly. It says, we reiterate to you that we will have no safety until you cease your hostilities against Muslims. The choice is yours. What are they saying to Kenyan troops? Get out of Somalia and this will all be over?
Yeah, that's what they have been actually saying for a long time, since the Kenyan forces went into Somalia to fight against al-Shabaab in 2011. But the Kenyan position has always been that they are actually not leaving the country because of the pressure from al-Shabaab. But who knows what will happen after that? Even the fighting was going on before the Kenyan forces went into Somalia. Ethiopians also, if you remember, back in 2006, invaded in Somalia as well. So it's not clear that this, if the Kenyans actually what they are asking for, if they do and they withdraw from Somalia, that's the end of the violence. It doesn't mean.
You mentioned just a little earlier their leader was Godane. He was killed just a couple of months ago. Who's in charge now?
There's a guy actually, soon after they announced that he was killed in a US airstrike back in September, he was replaced by a guy who is called Ahmed Omar, known as Abu Ubaid. And that's their leader now. There's spiritual and also their military leader.
Okay, Farhan Jimale from the BBC Somali service. Thanks very much for that analysis. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move on now to Bahrain, where